Governor Hyacinth Alia of BENUE State has accused those he described as Abuja politicians of sponsoring and supporting the armed banditry and killing in the particular axis of the state, which comprises Katsina, Ala, Ukum, and Ologo local government areas of the state. Now, the governor, who made the allegation on Sunday, shortly after attending a Thanksgiving service organized by a particular Chapel of Grace, Government House, Makurdi, lamented that the bandits were homegrown, who had taken up arms to kill their own. Now, the governor was reacting to recent attacks in Sankera, which initially claimed 6 lives in Ukum local government area that triggered a violent protest, and another cool-blooded murder of 18 in Katsina, Ala local government area, as well as the viral video of bandits threatening to kill more on that particular axis, and the move by his government to end the bloodletting. Now, he has claimed that politicians, in his words, Abuja politicians, are the ones sponsoring banditry in BENUE State. Let's get your thoughts on this one, Ambassador Ike.
You see, most times when, let me condole with the families of the disease who have been affected by what is happening in BENUE State. But I would like to mention that the governor's statement, for me, is not very responsive, because as the chief security of the state, the governor of the state, who have the responsibility of protecting lives and property, you have already done the investigation already. What is the prosecution arrangement? So if you already know that Abuja-based politicians are the one responsible for the murder, the unnecessary killing and loss of lives and properties in the local government asserted of BENUE State, why have the police not arrested them? Why have they not been prosecuted? There should be a process. The governor should be telling us that I have reported to the IGP, I have reported to the State Department of States and Security Services, and the BENUE State government is going to sue these individuals because you already is claiming you have a fact that they are responsible. So if you have a fact, it means you have something to use in filing a suit against these Abuja-based politicians. So I would like to say that the governor of BENUE State should be responsible in ensuring that those who are fingered as the supposed sponsors of these unnecessary killings in BENUE should be prosecuted. And then number 2, I would equally like to appeal that there is no need for us to kill our fellow brothers. For those who are committing this crime in our locals, if it is Abuja-based politician that is sponsoring you, are there children among those whom you are killing? You are still killing your own brothers, sisters who are also suffering the way you are suffering. So I don't think the essence of taking up arms against your brother in the name of politics, I don't think is necessary. In the name of trying to claim supremacy. Most times these crises are cult related, and it's possible that most of these cult groups are related to one politician or the other. Most times it's not because they ask them to go and kill, but because these cult groups are already there, some trying to claim supremacy, some trying to claim revenge on what has been meted on one of their members or the other. So as young people, cultism is not a good lifestyle, it's not a good game to play, it destroys. So if you ask those who have been in it and God have helped them to leave, they will advise you and let you know that it's not a good game to play, because it's a game that can take away your life anytime. It doesn't make any whole sense. So if you want to be a cultist, you want to be a general, I will encourage you to join the Nigerian Army so that you can become a general and enjoy the privilege, the honor, the respect of a general. So I think you can't really enjoy it in cultism, because you are not doing it legally. So if you have the bravery, you have the strength, you have this, the desire to become a general, for me, I will encourage you to join the Nigerian Army so that you can become a legitimate army general that will enjoy that, you know, the honor and the respect of being a general.
So you think banditry in Nigeria and what's going on is just about some people who just want power?
Well, well, he talks about the issue of banditry in Benue State. If you tell me banditry in states like Zamfara, Meduguri, I can tell you that banditry is politically, you know, masterminded.
What's the distinction?
It's a business mastermind strategy, whereby banditry prevents people from going to the places of mining. So most times, because of banditry, even government officials cannot get to the place of mining. So it's their social security arrangement. But for Benue State, I do not know the real benefits of raising bandits in order to destabilize the government.
That's a very serious allegation, saying in Zamfara and the rest, they actually put up banditry to secure their gold.
Well, if you say
that's a very serious allegation.
It's not allegation. Because
when you say it's their social security, it means that some people, aside maybe the people that are being accused, are involved, and probably the people who are leaders of that territory are aware.
Well, I'm not emphatic on Zamfara. I said if you say states like Zamfara that have something to protect, that businessmen and politicians have something to benefit. Of course, most times the issue of social security is being encouraged for political strength in a locality. We are not pretending saying that most leaders, most politicians does not give credence or support to most of these called groups. I call them social security because of sometimes their activities, you know. So, but in nutshell, we are trying to say that it's not the best lifestyle. It's not a very good lifestyle. If somebody wants to help you as a politician, let him encourage you going to school. Let him give you money to start up business. Let him sponsor you in one area that will help your life. And if you want to carry arm, let him help you get recruited or go to NVA so that you can officially become an arm carrier and benefit legitimately. All
right, so that means you're saying, or you're not saying, that this Governor Alia's statement might be entirely false.
No, I can't say so.
All right. So let's get to hear from you, Charles. Are you still with us? Please, what are your thoughts on this statement by Governor Alia, talking about, that's of Benue State now, talking about Abuja politicians being sponsors of banditry in the state?
Okay, Governor Alia, I the same way I don't any other governors. I was, because Sadeke was saying that Governor Alia, the chief security officer, said, but that statement is only true on paper, you know.
Only to do what? Have also
said it. On paper, yeah, because
on paper.
Shall be the chief security officer, but they are not. They are not, because what the governors are in their respective states is that they are the chief executive officer, but not the chief security officer. I'll tell you why. Now, if you have any sort in way, similarly Fubara, can he command the state? They will not. Neither can Governor Babaisawo do in the state command or more the police in the state. What they do is that when they speak to the commissioner of their state, the commissioner of their state will police who will give a go ahead. So in the issue of security of some property in respective state in the country, the Inspector General Police has more power to wield more than the respective state governor. That's why I said I actually, for evidence, including Alia, Benue State has been a hotbed of killings in Nigeria. I mean, for the past 7 years, because of, they say, the state capture. oh, the Fulani want to own the land over there and all that. So they've not left. So, but as for what is saying, the allegation about I have nothing to say about it. There's no empirical for or to rely on to drive that narrative. What I'm saying is that Alia is, as we said, as we stated, Alia's hands are tied.
Why do you say his hands are? Why do you say his hands are tied?
Even when he has evidence of people. That's what I'm driving at. That's what I'm saying. I said, okay. Even if he has evidence of the masterminds of this criminal activity, and he submits same, if the people have powerful people in Abuja, let them go, because we have had over time, even Tantita, the company Niger Delta, Tom Polo, there have been reports that even when Tantita will apprehend all these oil thieves, they hand them over to a call will just come from above, as they say in Nigeria, and they said they should release them. So even if earlier, as we speak in Abuja today, in BENUE State, in evidence of this and that, and those people is alleged to have been committing this well, for now, I think his hands are tied and frustrated.
Okay, so Charles, what role do you think state policing would play in the issues and matters of insecurity in Nigeria?
Crimes are local. So in fighting those crimes that are local, you must also need a look in our area here where we are. You know that we have a street where our business is located. You know the other wider street. It's also in a location called Ifakojaye SCD Lagos. Or no, Ifakojaye local government and then Ojokoro SCDA. Now, if anything happens in Ojokoro where we are domiciled, you need to call Alausa, Ikeja, a far-flung area, Ikeja, for them to now deploy, or for them to now call the DPO. Okay, they won't call the DPO. They have to you have to call Alausa, the state government where you have the police command. Police command will now give order to the I think they call them area command. That one is Nogba. Before Oba will now call a DPO that is in Ifakojaye. Ifakojaye DPO will now call the DPO that is in Ojokoro SCD. Before that one happens, people would have been killed. But if the crime is local, you must look for a local solution. The DPO in that area be the first to say, okay, you go ahead and deploy your men to quell whatever is already, whether it's riot, whatever. You don't have any recourse to go all the way to Abuja. So now Abuja wants to put one in Alausa. Alausa to speak to the one in Nogba, that's area command. Before you now talk to DPO. That's not how it's supposed to be done. Get the kind that was locality. So the solution should be in that locality. But if it's a federal case, if it's a federal crime, you can now ask the federal authority to do that. No crime, I think the local institutions, local authorities to go ahead and do something about that. So that's why I am a proponent of state policing in Nigeria. So
you think if it was state policing, Governor Alia's hands will not be as tied as you said his hands are?
Will not. No, because all the security apparatus there will be dominated in the state. Alia, as called him, is the chief security officer. He is the chief, because all security matters pass that way. Enable him to deploy troops about that. They are not there. For instance, in a country today, the president is called the commander-in-chief of the army. The president, being a civilian government, he has the right to talk to all the service chiefs because they're under him. But at the of respect under the state command, or under the state government? The answer is no. So why should you have it in the center? That's Abuja. That's the federal.
Okay.
After all, we're on a federalist. What obtains in the federal system should also obtain in the system.
All right, thank you.
On the one hand, the president is chief, but the governor is not the governor chief in the state. How can that work?
All right, so does it mean that even the state governor doesn't have some level of authority over the security in the state?
Well, I think it depends on what our understanding about Chief Security Officer is all about. Even if the governor is the Chief Executive Officer of the state, in this matter under review, he has already alleged. In other words, either official or independent investigation has been made. And he said, in quote, that Abuja-based politicians, they are not spirits. There are legal and legitimate ways a governor will ensure the safety and the prevention of this kind of occurrences, having known the people. Has the governor written to the IGP and nothing is done? Has the governor written to the State Department of State Security and nothing is done? Has the governor initiated a lawsuit? If the police fails to act, I'm sure there is court in BENUE State. Is that correct? If it's a criminal offense. So the state has the legitimate powers to file a suit against those individuals, in quote, Abuja-based politicians. But Abuja-based politicians are humans. So he should be able to tell us, so politician from BENUE State is part of this problem. So person is part of this problem. You know, not alleging in vague. And if it's Governor Fubara, like as he said, that is saying, I will say, okay, because he's a PDP governor. But the governor in question is an APC governor in BENUE State. So I don't think he's having the challenge of Abuja-based or Abuja-not-based. But whatever the case may be, we want to see the governor taking up the responsibility of prosecution, the responsibility of ensuring that proper investigations are done, and then the needful is being done. Let me say, if the governor is not the chief security officer of the state, what is he doing with the security votes? So they should stop taking security votes if there is going to be no need for it. So security is not all about being reactive. Security is all about being proactive. Security is not all about carrying arms. There are reasons why insecurity could erupt in a local government, in a community. So the government can wade in and ensure that these things are curbed on time. There could be family issues, there could be social issues, there could be chieftaincy issues, there could be political issues. You can wave in. It doesn't mean that the police are the best ways of resolving
But this is a serious issue now. This is banditry.
It's called banditry because there must be a name for it. So the point I'm trying to establish is he has already told us that there are sponsors in this crime. And it is his responsibility as the #1 citizen of this state to protect the lives and properties of the people of BENUE State. So I like to encourage the governor of BENUE State. If what he has said is correct, he knows the legal procedures to take. So let us not hide on the coverage that he's not the chief security officer of the state, whereas he's collecting security vote. So if you are no longer the chief security officer of the state, so do not sign security vote anymore. The local government chairmen, who are also local government chief security officers of the local government, should no longer appropriate security vote for themselves, because it is now assumed that they are no longer chief security officers of the state. But I know that governors usually have security meetings with service chiefs in every state. The governor must not have the command of the police or the army or the air force, but they look at security issues, brainstorm, and look at how they can tackle it.
No, we're not leaving security yet, because this next story is still around security, so we're still talking about the same thing.